DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel. It's Farm Some News, baby. Today we got 17? I read that right. 17 mods on the testing list. It's Fact Sheet Friday. Giants have a new podcast. And we've got 7 modders to talk about. We got some big stuff to talk about as well. So let's jump right in. Starting off today with the testing list. Oh boy, is it down. It's low. 17 mods on it, with only one of them in testing for consoles. However, there's nothing out of the ordinary there. Most console testing does take place before this list put together, so just keep aware of that. It's just a snapshot of what they're working on at a given time. On today's list, we've got some goodies like the Case IH Trident 5550, the John Deere 959 Ilm, Renaboo, which is very interesting to see on the list. We also have Westbridge Hills, which was an FS13 base game map. And for consoles, we've got an update to Goldcrest Valley 22, which is the reimagined version by Sailor Boogie, which actually got an update 11 days ago. Wonder what it could be for? What broke? Well, who knows? With all of it said, we still have 365 mods city waiting to be tested, with the current average waiting time for newly submitted mods at 8 work days. It's Friday, which means we've got some new fact sheets for the upcoming free AGI DLC. Today we have 2 sheets with 3 different pieces of equipment. First is the Westfield UTX44 auger and the AGI flat bottom bin and Nico dryer. The UTX44 auger is going to cost you $29,000, has a 40 horsepower engine on board, holds 44 liters of fuel, travels at 3 miles per hour, 5 kilometers per hour, and weighs 1.4 tons. As far as the AGI flat bottom bin and Nico dryer, this is going to cost you $220,000 and holds 5,432,000 liters of crops, which is 10 times larger than anything else we've seen from this pack yet. And our second fact sheet today is the FXC Treater conveyor belt. This is going to cost you $37,000, has a 33 horsepower engine, holds 40 liters of fuel, will travel at 3 miles per hour, 5 kilometers per hour. It holds 50 liters of something, which is believed to be seed treatment, which is a new field type, and it weighs 2.2 tons. If you missed the AGI DLC announcement video 2 weeks ago, or the fact sheets that we've gone over the past 2 weeks prior, make sure you check those out. I'll leave a link to everything in the description below with some timestamps, so you'll be good there. Just click the one link and you're fine. Currently, there's no release date for this pack, but it will be released sometime in the next few weeks, we assume, and can be found for free on the DLC section in the game, meaning that this is likely the pack 1B that we've seen on Steam DB page. And we know this because it was officially announced finally during the Giants podcast that dropped today over on their website and over all of your favorite podcast locations. In today's episode, they mainly focused on the AGI Pack DLC, which, as mentioned, we now know will be a free DLC in the DLC section, not a mod. We still don't have a release date for the pack, as we mentioned, but we do know that it will require a new patch, 1.5 to be exact. Also coming with the patch will be a change to the pallet limit. They didn't say what, so stay tuned for more information on that once we get it. And if you want to hear from a person that works at AGI, they interviewed Alicia, who is the Senior Manager for Technology Sales for Canada at AGI. She talked about what she does and how Farming Simulator is helping to bring awareness of agriculture, more specifically grain, seed, and fertilizer handling and storage, to people around the world. She even plays Farming Simulator herself. It's a great interview, and if you like knowing kind of everything about what's going on, you definitely need to check it out. Giants also mentioned in their podcast that the new Kubota DLC is a thing, and specifically that indeed you will need the Kubota DLC to use the passenger support, as it will not be a base game feature, a feature of this DLC only. We'll talk more about this today on the Farm Sim Show, which will be at 3 p.m. Eastern. Also, happy birthday, Klutch! Giants have also talked about FarmCon 22 in their podcast today. However, we really don't know anything new on it yet, or the official location even, only that they're close to finalizing information, and we should be hearing something soon. We do know that it will be held from July 21st and the 23rd and 24th, with Thursday, July 21st being the international online kickoff event streaming on the social media channels, and the on-site convention returning after 2 years being away on Saturday, July 23rd and Sunday, July 24th on location somewhere. If you want to check out the entire podcast, I will leave a link to it down below. I'll also leave a link to the Giants blog where you can check out the podcast, latest information, fact sheets, DLCs, pretty much anything. It's where I get a lot of my information. All right, making our way over to modern news, and let's start with our top story today, which is an update to the Mobile Wood Sell Point from Yoast Modding. This update will change the name of the mod over to Mobile Utilities because 2 more options are being added: the Mobile Bale Sell Point and the Mobile Buying Station. The Mobile Bale Sell Point works by getting this yellow wrapped baby bale, a nuggie if you will, close to any bale that you want to sell. It is a placeable, so it can be moved around whenever you need it to be. One easy thing is you can just put it in like a 3-point basket on the front of your tractor and simply drive up and to and past any bale that you want to sell. You need to get pretty close so you're not going to be hitting bales that you don't want to sell, only the ones that you do. One other piece being added is the mobile buying station, which will allow you to buy seeds, fertilizer, lime, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide to refill your machines in the field. It works like a silo where first you buy the product, fill it, then you use that to fill your seeder, spreader, whatever you've got. Farm Sim can be a little bit tricky on how things work, especially game changers like this for consoles, so this is the only way he was able to make it happen. DjGoHam has already made a video showing these mods off in detail, and you can find that video linked in the description below. 82 Studios done something only a mad scientist would do. Added the Phoenix Winterwolf semi-truck tires to the TLX3500 after it did fail yesterday. But why did he do this? Because he can, of course. What other reason would there be? It looks pretty awesome, I gotta give it to him. The mod has passed testing since then and should be released today. Black Sheep Modding is back with us with something absolutely massive. The Beaverator 1600 tub grinder. It takes logs, whole logs, and turns them into wood chips, but that's not even half of it. It's basically just a self-propelled shredder. This big behemoth is going to cost you $350,000 as 1,050 horsepower engine, travels at 6 miles per hour or 10 kilometers per hour. It's got a 10,000 liter capacity for wood and weighs as much as, well, makes no difference, 38 tons. Additionally, there's a trailer car that can be purchased to get, and you can get from point A to point B easily with it using a semi-truck. Just back up to it or pull it up to it, and that's it. Shown here, you can see the whole thing together being pulled by one of the base game trucks. It is a truly massive monster on the road, but this is going to make it a whole lot easier to get around. As mentioned, it will do many things, of course, turning trees and logs into wood chips. Naturally, there's a version that'll turn stones into lime, making this a self-propelled rock crusher. That's kind of cool. What about bales? Yep. Grass bales, hay, straw, and silage bales can all be turned into loose material with this bad boy. It'll hold between 4 and 15 bales, depending on what size they are. Just toss them in. And lastly, it'll turn sugar beets into cut sugar beets, because naturally, of course it will, with a 15,000 liter capacity for sugar beets in the hopper, as if all the other options weren't enough. This mod is currently going through internal testing with Black Sheep Modding, and then it'll be off for testing for all platforms of Giants. Hispano Modding has something very interesting. Is Kenworth T2000. He says this was originally published in Farming Simulator 15 by him for PC only, and he's now been working on it for FS22 for all platforms. Of course, will be Lizard for consoles, but it's still really cool to see this. Bcbuhler Farms is back with us today, saying a few of his mods did fail testing this week, but they have been fixed and resubmitted. First is the Silage Boss trailer, which he's made some changes to the decals on. Secondly is his vintage auger pack, which he's made to where they can only work if they're hooked up to a tractor, since they have no internal power like the stuff coming from AGI. And thirdly, his Meridian grain bin pack, which he's added an icon to help you find the trigger to open it up a little bit easier on the bins. These are all currently with Giants awaiting testing. Nitrodad says that there's been an issue with some players are experiencing with Middleburgh after his latest update that only appears to be happening on one particular farm and only if players are using an existing game save. He did mention that a new save would be preferable and would fix the issue right away, so if you haven't already, make sure you start a new save. And lastly today, DJ Modding shows off some new screenshots of his next map, which is already under development, and I think you know what it is. Upper Mississippi River Valley. UMRV 4X is back, baby. One of the most highly acclaimed maps of Farming Simulator history is making its return. See you guys in Iowa. Unless you're not in Iowa, in which case I'll see you right here, right now, in the self-aware segue to the outro. Should really give it a better name, but how would people know what it is if I didn't say what it is? Would it even be self-aware if I didn't spell it out? Probably not. But one thing that I do know is that just like every episode of Farm Sim News, links to everything that we talked about today can be found in the description below. There's no release dates for mods, so no one knows when anything's going to be released. And if I didn't talk about something that you want to know about, that just simply means that there's no new information on that topic at the time of recording this video. However, this video would have been about 20 minutes long if I didn't cut a few things out. Not time sensitive. I will probably be doing Farm Sim News over the weekend, at least tomorrow, if not Sunday as well. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you stay tuned to the channel for updated information on everything that you want to know about and some things you need to know about as well going on in the world of Farming Simulator. Well, guys, that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you're new. Join the DjGoHam fam. Make sure your notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss daily Farming Simulator videos here on the channel. I'll be that. Hope you have a great day. We will see you later. Peace. So today's Klutch's birthday, and I don't know how old he is, but I know he's older than me, which means he's definitely old. Go make fun of him for being old.